Basically, we focus on total customer experience, wherein the customer, when we have on-time deliveries, we have the safety of goods, we have everything happening in terms of the customer getting the best rates. And when an organization is, they generally should take a more strategic and innovative approach to ensure that the customer experience goes to the next level.
We're looking at the fuel efficiency, the driver safety elements, maintenance costs, driver training, again, is part of the package. When we're looking to purchase the truck, we want to make sure that's in. One of the big things for us as well is looking at what the residual value is. Where are we going to be in 5 years' time? You know, our vehicle replacement program is now based on a 5-year cycle, so our intention is that we will never have a vehicle over 5 years old. With Scania, we had what we believe to be a very reasonable guaranteed buyback price for them. So we've had an agreed purchase price when we bought the vehicles, that in 5 years' time this is what the vehicle's going to will buy back off you at this price. And the market price might be higher. We're not held to ransom that we have to sell it back to them. We can go and sell it ourselves in the market if we want to, but there's the guarantee. And for us, that guarantee and the value, we believe speaks volumes about what a manufacturer, the confidence they've got in their own product.
So expectations are obviously with a lot of government regulations when it comes to cross-border, there are restrictions that you can't carry certain material in open vehicles. There are certain compulsory requirements that you need to carry other material in closed vehicles. So clients are becoming more specific in terms of understanding what is the type of vehicle we're carrying material in. Obviously the very basic things is cleanliness, is about health and safety.
Mr. Pabas mentioned something which is price concern or price awareness, let's say it that way. And also Martin mentioned something which is quite good, but it's not the majority in the region. So I mean, being concerned about cost, being concerned about total cost of ownerships. And in some of the cases, and when we are talking about not only new vehicle, but also the replacement or the after sales of the compounds, of the components of these vehicles, they are only focused on price. And we as industry, we need to increase the awareness of these total cost of ownerships. Because at the end, purchasing cheap today, it doesn't really mean that you will reduce or you will improve your P&L tomorrow. So this is why Continental also is concentrating on reducing the total cost of ownerships in the fleet, reducing this cost per kilometer. And but this is not the majority, unfortunately, of the fleets today, and this is something that we need to work in because it's demonstrated that the high-end vehicles provides the lowest TCOs to the industry. But it will take time, and it's better that we start today than more or less clear.
We believe we are a service provider to our customers. Therefore, we need to provide the best service and the best quality product. And we believe in simplifying our customers' business. The less downtime you have with your vehicle, the better for your business, the more money you make, the happier you are, and the happier about our product. So this is why in our business, we see us as a support to improve your business, improve your profitability, and therefore simplifying business is our top aim in our business. When it comes to image, it's also very important for us that customers associate reliability and quality with our product. We have been since many years in Europe with the TÜV reports, where an independent authority, basically like RTA, checks commercial vehicles on quality and reliability. And we have been since many years in Europe leader on the TÜV reports when it comes to quality over many years. And this is, I think, something very important to our customers. So MAN naturally is associated with quality. And we've just seen it as well. We've done a great deal with Emirates Sky Cargo. So now when you go to the airport and you see logistics companies for Emirates operating our trucks, I think this is a clear statement of quality and reliability.
Actually, you can say, what's the point of owning a truck? What you need is a price per kilometer, basically. And that we're slowly but surely moving in that direction. But I think looking at the region as well, I see a challenge when it comes to the ideal truck, because at Scania we believe very much in optimizing a truck for each and every application. But there will be a trade-off, because some have a short contract, they need a truck now. That means that we need to have trucks in stock. That means we need to have a truck that is sort of suitable for a little bit of everything. So it doesn't hit the spot 100%. It's a trade-off.
From Thai point of view, as we recognize that I used to say that there is nothing closer to the road than a Thai. And in many cases we underestimate this because we put a lot of technology. We try to make the truck even greener, and we say this, but what about the tires? In some of the cases, as I said before, this is underestimated in terms of information, what is happening to the tires in the real time. So Continental is bringing a new system, and which makes the tire smarter. So it consists of a sensor which is inside the tire, providing pressure and temperature information in real time. So the driver can be informed about the real status of the tire in real time, and also the system can be integrated into the majority of the telematics or the fleet management systems in the market. So the system is available. It's called Conti Pressure Check, and it's basically a tire pressure monitoring system that in real time is informed about the situation of what is happening to the tires. There are many elements influencing in the cost per kilometer of the tires, which are, we mentioned before, the education of the drivers. It's not the same one driver with one style than one driver with other style. We know that there are different drivers, and the fuel consumption can vary on that. And the tire wear, then it also changes. We are able to commit if we have experience with you. So if we enter from replacement point of view and to your fleet, and you know more or less what is the average worn out of your tires, we are able to get a commitment. And Continental, as you mentioned, in Europe is doing these kind of cost per kilometers contracts. We are not scared of that, and we are confident of our product. But maintenance is key, and this is why we provide one system which is able to maintain 100% accuracy in terms of pressure in the tires, and the driving and the style itself of the fleet is a key element in the cost per kilometer.
We're looking at electric trucks. Well, today there are still technical challenges with the range, with the payload, and well, also the cost of the vehicle. We need to make it sustainable, not only from an environmental perspective, but also need to make it sustainable from a sort of business perspective, which is very important. Otherwise, it will never fly. However, I think I hear now, let's say, be a little bit critical about the discussions here in the region. We say, yes, we talk about electric trucks, but we also need to look at it. If we're going to be true when it comes to sustainability, where does the electricity come from? Because if we fire up power plants with oil or gas and then make electricity and then put it into a vehicle, it's no point.
All the concept of electric vehicles is definitely the future. Everybody is very focused on it. Customers are asking for it. But as a manufacturer, there's a lot of factors that go into it. You need to ensure, like we said earlier, we want to have confidence in our product. We need to ensure that we can supply what the customer needs and at the same quality levels of a conventional truck. So therefore, of course, more time needs to be invested to develop further. We are quite far already in Europe. But I think in the Middle East it will still take a bit of time because fuel is quite cheap. And especially in the last, I would say, 12 to 24 months, some customers can confirm this, the market in the transportation business has become quite competitive. Some areas fuel prices have been increased, but not so much. So it is still not making much economic sense for a customer to go full electric.
The technology's been around for van type and car-based vehicles, so I think that can work in the short term. Long term, with large goods vehicles, I think if we're honest as a manufacturer of these vehicles, the investment in research and development of these vehicles, this market doesn't lend itself to it. The operating costs will be high to begin with. Whenever something's a new product, it's got a higher price until you start getting more into the mass production of it. And the ideal target market for electric vehicles is somewhere where fuel price is high. This is where an operator can make a saving. So the investment against the asset value is offset against the fuel price. Here, to offset the cost against fuel is not going to work. It's more the long-term vision of as the vehicles become more mass-produced and the prices then start coming down, then it can compete with where we are now.